All right. Thank you. All right. So now we're gonna shift from friendship to a more serious, committed relationship, which is romantic relationship. All right. So I'm not, I'm not gonna be like into this that much because this is just a requirement in the chapters of learning interpersonal communication. Okay, but I do know that some of you are already involved in committed romantic relationships. All right, but I am not aware whether some of you are already married. All right, but then like it or not, all right, one day or another, in the future or in the near future, we'll be having that one particular uh, soul partner that will be spending the rest of his or her life with us. So this is what committed romantic relationship is all about. Okay, so committed romantic relationship usually involve two individuals, right? Between individuals who assume that they will be primary and continuing parts of each other's life. All right. So meaning that in this one particular long term of committed romantic relationship, these two particular people will be the primary parts in this particular relationship, and they will also continue. All right. They will also continue their life by supporting each other, by having each other, by doing things together, and also by uh, completing each other's uh, flaws and also good advantages as well. Okay, so we know that by having a committed romantic relationship, we'll be committed. All right, we're gonna have passion, and also in one point in your life, you're gonna have intimacy as well. All right. So the dimension of romantic relationship, number one, you must have passion, right? Meaning that you have intense positive feelings and desire for another person. I mean, intensity and also desire in a good way, right? Meaning that you are in the degree of liking is very high. You really fond the other person. You really love the other person very much, all right? And you also will be committed, all right? Meaning that you have an intention to remain in the relationship. But in terms of commitment, intention itself is not enough. You have to show that you are very committed in your relationship, and also intimacy, meaning that feelings of connection, closeness, and tenderness, right? Sometimes intimacy can be felt by certain parts when you are married, by having a relationship and things like that. Okay, all right, and then there are two styles of loving. All right, we have the primary styles of loving and also the secondary styles of loving. All right, okay. So books also explain to us the styles of loving that we have, right? And most of the time, all of these styles of loving are derived from Greek scholars, all right? That's why the name are Eros, Torhe, and also Ludus, right? So number one, the first primary styles of loving is Eros, all right? Which is defined as the intense love that usually includes early self-disclosure, sentimental expression, and a quick falling in love period. So those who are exhibiting or practicing Eros kind of style of living, you will tend to feel easy to get into love, or you tend to fall in love easily. Right? You tend to like another person easily. And when it does happen, it will be very intense that you will try your best or will try to do everything to attract that particular person. And then we have Torge, all right, pronounced as Storge, okay, not that gay, Storge, all right, whereby love grows out of friendship and is usually characterized by stability. All right, this one doesn't happen in a blink of an eye. Eros, yes, it happened in the blink of an eye, but Storge usually it will involve quite a quite a long period of time for you to know your partner. Or maybe it started off as only friendship, for example, or maybe it started off as uh, a friend which is long gone before, maybe your school friends or childhood friend or something. And once you meet them again, all right, you feel the connection, or you tend to know the person, and it takes you some time, all right, to like the person and also to fall in love with that particular person. That's why it is characterized by stability, meaning that you need to make sure to ensure that the feelings that you had and also the person that you are looking at is the one, all right, that you want to have for the rest of your life. Okay, and then we have ludus, or in other terms called as playful love, right? So those who exhibit ludus will view love as a game that usually includes adventure. This is not like Squid Games or something. right? Adventure here means sometimes you're gonna put puzzles, right? But then they will try to avoid commitment because they are still unsure of whether this is the right person that they want to. Games can be in terms of things that we can watch online, like they put prank on their partners. They send a girlfriend to test whether the boyfriend will be attracted to your girlfriend or not, something like that. All right, okay. And then those who exhibit ludos will also keep falling in love all over again. They enjoy romance very much, but they aren't ready for commitment. All right, they tend to like people easily as well, but they will tend to like, not saying that they love a lot of people at the same time, no, but maybe when they are in a relationship, all right, they are not looking for another relationship, but out of nowhere or coincidentally they like another person as well. All right, so these are those who exhibit ludus kind style of loving. All right, then we have the secondary style of loving, all right, which are pragma, mania, and also agape. All right, so pragma combines torhe and ludus love style. All right, okay. So pragma is a combination of storge, all right? Storge, the one that practices stability, all right, like taking too much time in knowing people, all right, and also ludus, right, the one which is very playful, all right, or keep on falling in love. It doesn't mean that they don't want commitment, but they are very hard to be committed. All right. So people who exhibit this lifestyle usually they have clear criteria for partners that must be met before they fall in love. So they will still be searching. Maybe they're gonna have a one or two, let's say, boys. They're gonna have one or two, not like committed girlfriends, but just girlfriends. They are trying to know, getting to know into. But then in throughout the journey, they still doesn't find the one that is the total absolute one that they want to spend their life with. All right. And then we have mania combines eros and ludus love style. All right. Eros is the one who falls in love easily, intensity. All right. And also ludus, the one which is very playful. All of people who exhibit this love style usually devise games to test their partner's commitment and test for their potential partner and experience emotional extremes. All right. It can be euphoria. All right. Euphoria here means intense excitement and happiness, or it can also be despair. All right. Loss or completely without hope or no happiness at all. All right. So those who are in a manic, all right, or a mania kind of loving style, usually, all right, they will fall in love very easily, but then they will try to test, all right, the people that they are falling to, whether these kind of people are the one that they want to spend their life with, or whether these kind of people are really committed to them or not. All right, so there will be a lot of testing games lah in this particular relationship. All right, and then we have agape, or pronounced as agape. All right, combining eros and storge love style. All right, eros is the one who fall in love easily. All right, and then storge is the one who takes some time, all right, to confirm that this is the one that I want to be in love with. All right. So usually those who combine eros and storge usually put another's happiness ahead of their own without any expectation of reciprocity, meaning that there will be no personal gain or return as there will be no personal gain or return expected from this particular agape relationship. Okay. All right, so there are three stages of development of romantic relationship. All right, so we have the growth stage, navigation stage, and also the deterioration stage. Okay, during the growth stage, all right, usually it will be more of the individuality, meaning that our individual qualities will affect how we look at relationship. For example, if we see ourselves as a very committed person, all right, then the relationship will be very committed. If we see ourselves as a very playful person, or we are still looking but we don't want to be single, some people they tend to have girlfriend and boyfriend, but that particular girlfriend or boyfriend is not actually the one that he or she is looking for. They will keep on searching. All right, so this particular individualistic character will affect how we run our relationship and also affect the the well-being of our relationship. We are talking about romantic relationship. All right, and then we have invitational communication, whereby we have signs that people are interested in interacting. Usually, all right, when we have a good self-concept, all right, when we try to be to practice proximity, the space between us and also the person that we are trying to hit, all right, and also the similarities that we have with the other person that we have fell in love with, all right. And then sometimes you can have environmental spoiling. Unfortunately, environmental spoiling will also occur whereby the proximity breeds ill will as we are forcing others whose value, lifestyle, or behavior conflict with our own. For example, uh, let's say take me, I like this girl very much, all right, but unfortunately, this girl doesn't have all the doesn't really click with me. For example, I only like the girl because she is very interesting, but unfortunately the girls like fine dining, for example, or like uh, exclusive gifts, or maybe like to go shopping a lot, spending a lot of money, whereas in my terms, I am only a medium kind of worker. I didn't earn much, so I cannot spend a lot on shopping. I only eat at normal stalls or restaurants, and I don't have a very luxurious lifestyle. So this is what we call environmental spoiling, when this particular characteristic doesn't really fit your characteristic in a relationship. All right. And then we also have explorational communication, whereby we are considering possibilities for long-term relationship. When we are communicating, actually we are also exploring whether we have the chances or the slightest chance for us to be together in a long committed relationship. Right, still in the growth stage, all right, we will have intensifying communication whereby we express more personal thoughts and feelings, as well as begin to create our own relational culture. Relational culture can be defined as the way we talk, the way we interact, the things that we are doing, like for example, before we go to sleep, we'll call or text each other. Every night we're going to have a video call session, for example, or we're going to celebrate our anniversary, what monthsary or anniversary or birthdays and things like that, right? And then revising communication, whereby the possible problems and dissatisfaction that occurs during the growth of our relationship that exists within the growth of the relationship, all right, we will try to evaluate the likelihood of the relationship continuing. So these issues that arises when we are developing our relationship will be revisited, re-evaluated to consider whether we should continue this relationship or not. And then we will hit the stage of commitment, whereby we will have the decision to stay with the relationship over the long haul and arrange other aspects of their life around this relationship. So when we are committed, all right, whatever happens, all right, we will tend to accommodate, all right, the person advantages and also weaknesses as well. Okay. And then the navigation stage, all right, we will maintain a relationship by adjusting, working through new problems, revisiting old problems, and also the keyword over here is accommodating changes in both individual and also relational life, all right. The question arise will be in terms of relational culture, all right. So how do we deal with dialectical tension, all right, things which are very contradictory between us and also our partner, and also the rules and rituals that we have in relationship. For example, I have access to your phone, you have access to mine, all right. I have access to your social media, you have access to my, oh, we want to restrict it, all right, my social media is beyond your access, or this is my personal life. You also will not bother with your social media as well. All right. So it depends on what are the rules and also rituals that you will set in your relationship. And also placemaking, whereby we create an environment that indicates our relationship as well as what we value, experience, and also like. For example, couples who, let's say we have the Western couples who like, who in their long term plan, they want to have a cabin in the wood for them to go to rest, have a holiday, spend time together on things like that. All right. So this is what we call placemaking, whereby you are creating an environment that both of you enjoy very much. All right. So if both of you are art lovers, all right, you're gonna decorate your house with a lot of arts. If both of you are movie goers, all right, you will be spending a lot of time watching movies together. If both of you are adventurous, all right, both of you will create an environment whereby you will go out uh, on hiking trip, or maybe go out and to enjoy nature and things like that. Okay, so this is what we call placemaking. All right, the deterioration stage. All right, inter intra-psychic processes whereby there will be dissatisfaction with the relationship. Then when dissatisfaction happen, you will focus on perceived decline. All right, there will be a decline in the closeness or intimacy. All right, communication or lapses in joint activities or acts of consideration. When your relationship started to deteriorate, all right, started to set off into a very bad condition. All right, so dissatisfaction will arise, and then you will be focusing more on uh, the bad points in your relationship. There will be less communication, all right, and there will be less activities joined together, and also less consideration when you are doing things with your partner. All right, dyadic processes, all right, dyadic or interaction processes, there will be a lot of breakdown. All right, the breakdown of established patterns, rituals, and rules that make up the relational culture. Before this, all right, you enjoy each other's company very much. All right, you always talk while eating. You always talk together, tell your partners about your day and things like that. But when the dyadic breakdown happens, all right, a lot of things during the dining at the dining table will be only on playing phones, for example, or maybe will be only satisfaction or only arguments. All right, and then you will be looking for social support. All right, when you are having a deteriorating period in your relationship, you will look to others to help you get through the relationship breakdown. For example, you will try to reach your family members, your siblings, your friends, or your close friends, just looking for other shoulders to cry on. Okay, and then grief dressing processes whereby you will be burying the relationship and accepting that it has come to a close. All right, and also resurrection processes whereby the two people they will move on with their life without the other as an intimate. That's it. We got to close this book and we'll be opening a new book in our relationship. Okay. All right. So few guidelines for communication in romantic relationship. So please engage in dual perspective. All right. Whatever it is, when you are interacting, please be open. All right, and also be very participative in your interaction. All right. This is applicable for the Western culture, but if it is taught in this Eastern culture, it will be practice safe sex after marriage. All right. Okay. So please bear in mind whatever it is concerning about sex will be during your marriage. Okay. So reasons why people do not engage in safe sex, we are talking about the Western culture of here. They are impaired by alcohol or drugs. All right. They are very affected by alcohol or drugs. They believe that they are at risk of having STDs or syphilis or even AIDS. All right. So they find it difficult and embarrassing to talk about it with an intimate. All right. So when you are already in the marital stage, you have already married someone, all right, it is okay for you to talk about sex with your partners. Okay. Social media and committed relationship, the benefits, all right, it will provide you opportunities to meet potential partners. Nowadays we have all those social media or social dating apps like Baitul Jannah or things like that, so it will help you if you have trouble in looking for partners. All right, and it can also help long distance partners to stay in touch with each others. Let's say if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend in Egypt, for example, or in Russia, for example. So social media is one of the way that can keep you connected to your romantic committed partners. All right. But then there are also challenges when dealing with social media. For example, online deception. All right, things happen nowadays where people get scammed. All right, they get scammed, love scam especially. So they fell in love with this one particular guy. All right, with this one particular origin. Okay, so they will ask you, oh, I have to send money to my family, or I have to go back to my country because my family need me, but I don't have enough money. So you will tend to be very intrigued in the sense that you are willing, you are committed to do everything to the piece, to the people that or the person that you are in love with. All right, cyber stalking, of course, always happen. All right, and also it offer opportunities for infidelity, especially when it involves married couples, whereby infidelity occurs when a man is having an affair with another woman. All right, a married man, or married woman is having affair with other men or other women behind their partner. So it opens chances for infidelity to happen. All right. So again, engage in dual perspective and practice safe sex after marriage. The keyword here is after marriage. Okay. All right. Manage conflict constructively. All right. So romantic bonds are very important, yet they are very fragile. Okay. Because whatever it is, all right, if you started off with this particular person as a friend, all right, the view or the way of you interacting and communicating will definitely change when you have already adopted this person as a romantic partner. All right. So mismanaged conflicts can lead to domestic violence. Sometimes, if we cannot manage our conflict in a very good way, all right, it will also occur domestic violence to happen. All right. So adapt communication to maintain long distance relationship. All right. So try to be adaptive of your partners. If let's say, if you are talking to your partner from Russia, all right, please be considerate that at night they are in the morning working, and in the morning when they are working you are already spending the night over here waiting for tomorrow to come. So please be considerate. All right. So do not take typical problems into your life, such as lack of routine, or maybe you have unrealistic expectation about your partners. All right. Or maybe you give unequal effort, all right, by in investing in the time, money, and also your commitment that you are giving to your partner. So it must be very equal. Okay. All right. Any question on this one? Anyone who would like to share their romantic relationship? No, I assume. Right. Sorry, I'm just joking. Okay. All right. So stop presentation. All right, so if there's no more question, all right, so please go back and complete your assignment 2, okay? Complete your assignment 2 and submit them by the end of this week, all right? So for those who haven't scanned your QR code, all right, I'll be showing you again your QR code. For those who have already scanned your QR code, all right, you may leave the session. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again in our next session. Assalamualaikum, and have a very good day, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so